How's it going, YouTube? We are back, and we are going to be covering some more signings and trades and stuff in the world of sports. Before I start, I have to ask you guys to leave a like and subscribe. It really helps me out. We're really close to 100, so any little bit of spreading the word or subscribing will really benefit the channel. Let's start with the NHL. The Kings get their hands on Viktor Arvidsson, a left-wing sniper from Nashville, in exchange for a 2021 second and a 2022 third. I think this is a pretty fair deal both ways. Viktor Arvidsson is, had a rough season. He's looking for a bounce back. The Kings are looking for some top six goal scoring, especially on the wing. And I think that Viktor Arvidsson's a perfect guy for the scheme. The Kings are trying to get smaller and faster, keep up with the league's speedy little, young guys nowadays. Nashville wants to clear some cap, and they get a second and a third, very, low risk trade for Nashville. And the Kings are taking a gamble, but it's one that I think is a good move for them. I think, obviously, at his ceiling, Arvidsson could score 30 goals. And as a Kings fan, if he scores 20, I'm happy with it. We need some help on the wings. We need some goal scoring from the wing. And someone that can give us 20 goals would be perfect. 30 would be great. Low risk for both sides, really. Arvidsson's cap is only like $4 million, so it's not a big deal for the Kings to eat. But I think both sides get what they want here. And I think it's a pretty fair deal all the way around. I see the Kings win it right now because Arvidsson is the best player in the deal. But long term, who knows with those picks. On to the MLB. The Yankees get their hands on Tim LeCastro, the fastest man in the land in the MLB, and Arizona gets pitcher Keegan Curtis. Tim LeCastro doesn't really provide much other than his speed. Covers a lot of ground in center field defensively, but his bat isn't great. I think Arizona could really end up stealing this deal because Keegan Curtis has pitched pretty well in the minor leagues. I think he has a sub-4 ERA, somewhere in the threes, which isn't, amazing for that level of play, but it's acceptable for someone who's still growing into their own as a major leaguer or as a professional baseball player, not a major leaguer. So I think they have potential to really steal this deal if, Keegan really develops into, if he really reaches his ceiling. I don't know how high that ceiling is, but if he reaches that ceiling and becomes, maybe a bullpen guy or a, fourth or fifth starter, I think that Arizona wins this deal. Washington, staying in the MLB, get Alcides Escobar in exchange for cash considerations. If you guys don't know who Alcides Escobar is, he hasn't been in the league for a couple years now, but he was a World Series winning shortstop. I believe he started Game 1 of that World Series with a inside the park home run. So he has that experience. He's a veteran. He's grizzled. Got some good defense, contact hitting. Not a lot of power, but they just need people. They're losing people left and right. Schwarber, Turner jammed his thumb during his cycle. They're just losing bodies, and they really just need some depth. And he could definitely fill an everyday shortstop role until Trey Turner's healthy. And even then, coming off the bench, he'll be nice to have for them. Out in Washington. Back to the NHL. Minnesota Wild center Joel Eriksson Ek signs a 8-year, $42 million deal. So they give him 8 years, and 5 and change for Eriksson Ek. He kind of plays a balanced game. I think he plays like a good two-way forward kind of game. He's gonna chip in with some points. He's gonna kill penalties and stuff. He's good on the defensive side of the puck. I think this is Minnesota was searching for their first line center last year, and I think he might have been the one to take it. They played. He played really, really well especially against the Kings, being the team that I watched the most. But obviously the Kings aren't a great team. But he played really well, and for what I saw, and I think that they really decided that he's going to be the future of their center core, and I don't think that's a bad way to go for them. I think that he could really grow into that top 6 center. I don't really know if he'll be elite, but he could really grow into a nice top 6 center role until they get their their bona fide star center. But for now, I think he's their number 1 center. They still have young guns like Kaprizov and stuff like that. I think Dumba may be on his way out, but they're still a team that's kind of in between. They played better than expected this season. We'll see what they do in the offseason, trades and signings and stuff, but I think they filled the hole right there. They solidified a hole. They locked up Eriksson Ek for a very long time for a very decent price. So if you're a Minnesota Wild fan, I think you should be happy about that. And then finally, in the NFL, the number 1 overall pick in the draft, prodigy quarterback Trevor Lawrence signs a 4-year, $36.7 million deal. Continues the trend of teams locking up their guys for a nice chunk of change, even with no proof of ability to play in the professionals yet. Obviously, there shouldn't be a doubt that Trevor Lawrence balls. I don't think that he will have too much trouble adjusting to the NFL speed and stuff like that. What will be the interest of me would be how he handles that pass rush with a subpar offensive line. Are they going to be able to protect him? Because he's going to create plays for himself, and he's going to make the throws that he needs to make. It's just, does he have the wide receiver core to do it? They brought his running back with him. Obviously, he still has Robinson. He still has a couple of good wideouts over there in DJ Chark. And Kenny Galladay now, I believe, as well. So he has weapons. It's just about keeping him safe and keeping him protected. Because I think he will definitely be, one of the bona fide elite quarterbacks in the league in a couple years. But, they got him locked up for 4 years at $9 million plus, and that's not a bad deal for someone that could be a star in, 2 or 3 years. So we'll see how that goes for them. And that's going to do it for this video. Leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe, comment your thoughts on these transactions and stuff like that. If you guys want to make a donation, no hit media on Cash App, and I will see you guys next time.